Okay, so welcome to Château Hourtin-Ducasse. We are in the appellation Haut, Médoc, and we're with Michelle. Pleased to be here today. Thank you for welcoming us. We're going to be tasting the 2016 of Hourtin-Ducasse today. Looking forward to that. But just before we start, could you just explain a little bit about the history and the chateau?
Okay, so wine is made in here since the 18th century, when Mr. Hourtin and Mr. Ducasse came, and they started to make wine, which is very unusual in the region. And from there comes the name of the Château Hourtin-Ducasse. In fact, we are located 2 miles from Château Lafitte, Château Latour, that are first grows on the Pauillac appellation. We are on the Haut Médoc. We have parcel touching the Pauillac appellation, but wrong side of the border. Not lucky, but lucky for you because our wines are much more affordable than this wine of first grows. Our wines, of course, are blended wines made of 4 grapes: Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot. And in order to take care of our wines, we are using exclusively essential oils or herbs infusions made from citrus fruit, seaweed, and vegetables. You can see them like this. These are the essential oils we are using. So even when we take care of our vines, we can walk in the vines. There is no danger for anybody. Specificity, we have a lot of special things we do. We do some experiments. For example, this year we have chips in between the vines in order to remove the herbs and everything. It's for 25 years that we are doing this, and we are describing us as being in conservation agriculture. Conservation means we want to preserve the lives, the integrity, the diversity of our ground. Because in order to make a good wine, you need good grapes. To have good grapes, a healthy vine, and to have a healthy vine, a lively terroir that is not damaged by chemicals or by heavy metals. Which means we go farther than everything that is bio or biodynamic, as we don't use any copper. And as you know, each time you buy something which is bio or biodynamic, it has been taken care with copper, and copper stays forever in the ground, so it slowly destroys everything. We do a lot of things differently. For example, 50% of the alcoholic fermentation is made in barrels. 100% of the malolactic fermentation is made in barrels. And after we blend the wines, and we do a blind blending, which means that when we blend, we don't know what we blend, knowing that we are not looking for a taste, we are not looking for a recipe, we are not looking for what we prefer. We just want to express what the nature told us in this vintage, which means that each vintage will tell a story. And in the case of the 2016 you have here, you will have a very classical, very typical expression of a Haut Médoc. So on 2016, to make you very comfortable, it did get 91 points from Wine Enthusiast, has been a selection from the editor, so of course it's very good. As I would say, most of the wines in Bordeaux on the vintage 2016. It was a pretty nice year. We didn't have a big troubles in the vines. It was not a very hot summer, but quite hot summer. And I would say things were kind of connecting themselves quite nice. A little bit warm, but not that much. And with a nice harvest, 3rd week of September. So go ahead.
Let's have a... Very nice dark berry flavours,
Dark fruit, quite express. It's expressing quite a lot, but we just did open the bottle, so imagine what it would be if we would have opened it 1 hour before. It's expressing quite a lot, but at the same time it's not very explosive. It's a lot, but it's in a smooth way. It's no aggressivity, no explosion. Very precise, very long lasting, a lot of complexity, kind of staying with you, and maybe requesting a little bit of your attention, because he wants you to take your time to understand, to go inside and to get all the flavors and everything. As I said, very typical, very Cabernet Sauvignon. And if you enjoy the wine, a little bit of cheese. And I would not go on very wild food. I would go on something which has flavors, but still is quite balanced. Lamb chopped with honey, and Wellington beef, and of course very typical and you know you should have this is cheese fondue, which of course is what you need for a home Médoc. Wine should not be something written. Wine should be a moment you share with friends. And sometimes you have weird things that work, and that's all the fun about wine.
When do you think the prime time is to drink this wine?
And maybe you find it very nice today. Maybe some people will want to wait 5 more years or 10 more years, and some other ones like it younger. And this is really a personal feeling.
Well, there you go. You heard from the master. What a great wine. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
If you ever in Bordeaux or in France, definitely try and make the trip to Château Hourtin-Ducasse.
Thank you very much, Chip.
Cheers.
Enjoy.